She's always been clumsy. It's the dementia. Can we just get her blood pressure checked and go?
I understand, Kylie. I can see you're concerned about her. It's just really important that we follow our procedures here. We do need to have a private moment with her to make sure we're taking the best possible care of her. It won't take long at all, and then we'll check her blood pressure and go from there. Thanks for understanding.
She'll just tell you she feels fine. But I know the bruises aren't just clumsiness. If I'm not here, you'll miss the parts she won't say herself. I'm not stepping out until you give me something concrete that keeps her safe.
I hear your concern and I appreciate that you want to make sure she's safe. We absolutely share that goal. Our policy is to have a private chat with each patient just to ensure we're getting the full picture. It's not about leaving anything out, it's about giving her a comfortable space to speak freely. I promise we'll keep her safe and you'll be right back with her in just a few minutes.
I get that you have a policy, but I've seen what happens when I'm not right here. Last time a nurse was out of the room, she gave Grandma the wrong dose and her blood pressure spiked. I can't risk another mix-up because I'm not watching. You need to tell me exactly how you'll keep her safe if she gets up or calls out. Door, cracked, time limit, and you'll be right back the second she needs me. Otherwise, I'm staying.
I understand completely, and thank you for sharing that experience. Here's what we'll do. I'll keep the door slightly ajar so you can feel assured that we're right here and you're not cut off. We'll make this as brief as possible, just a few minutes, and I assure you, if she needs anything at all, I'll be right there and you can come back in immediately. We're on the same team in making sure she's safe. Thanks for your patience with this.
You know what? If you care more about your rules than her safety, we're done here. Come on, Grandma, we're going home.
I'm sorry if it feels that way, but our top priority really is her safety. Let's not rush out. I want to make sure we do everything properly for her well-being. If you give me just these few minutes, I promise to respect your concerns and keep everything transparent. Let's work together so we can get her the best care.
This concludes the Kylie scenario. Outcome, failure. The caregiver left without receiving validation of her burden or a concrete safety plan. Please exit this simulation and continue to the coaching and debrief session.
Understood. I'll exit the scenario now and proceed to the debrief.
Hi there. I just reviewed the transcript from your simulation. I'd love to hear how you felt it went. What's your initial take on the conversation?
My initial take is that it didn't go as well as I'd hoped. I was aiming to reassure Kylie and keep her engaged, but it seems like I didn't fully address her need for a concrete safety plan or validate her feelings enough. Ultimately, that led to her leaving, which is definitely not the outcome we wanted. I think I could have done a better job of balancing empathy with a more tangible reassurance about how we'd ensure her grandmother's safety.
That's a clear self-check, good awareness. What part of Kylie's concern felt the toughest to respond to in the moment?
I think the toughest part was when Kylie emphasized that she'd had a negative experience before and really needed a concrete plan to feel secure. In that moment, it was challenging to balance enforcing the need for a private conversation while also giving her the kind of reassurance she needed. I can see that I could have been more specific about the exact steps we take to keep her grandmother safe.
When Kylie said, I can't risk another mix-up because I'm not watching, you need to tell me exactly how you'll keep her safe. She was really looking for a detailed safety map, not just a general promise. It's a classic need for concrete reassurance cue. How might you have broken that down step by step in the moment?
Absolutely, that makes sense. In that moment, I could have been more specific by outlining a clear step by step approach. For instance, I might have said, here's exactly how we'll keep her safe. I'll stay right by her side and keep the door ajar, as you suggested, so you can hear if anything is needed. We'll have a time limit of just a few minutes. If she needs you at any point, you'll be right back in, and I'll personally make sure to update you the moment we're done. By laying it out that concretely, I think it would have helped her feel more confident that we had a real actionable plan in place.
That's a solid, concrete reply. It ties directly to her exactly how you'll keep her safe request. Next, think about the moment right before you gave the plan when she first voiced her fear. You said, I hear your concern and I want to make sure we absolutely share that goal. How could you have layered a brief validation there, like naming her feeling, before jumping to the steps?
Certainly, I could have first acknowledged her feelings more directly. For example, I might have said, I can see how much you've been through and how deeply you want to protect her, and that makes perfect sense. Then I could follow that validation with the concrete plan to show that I truly understood her fear and that we were addressing it step by step.
Exactly, naming the fear first grounds the exchange. When you'd say, I can see how much you've been through and how deeply you want to protect her, It signals you're on her side before you outline the plan. That pause can lower her defensiveness and open space for collaboration. How do you think the added validation would have changed her reaction right after you offered the safety steps?
I think adding that validation would have made a big difference by showing her that I genuinely recognized her feelings